Hi there, hello. Welcome to my show. I'm going to do live arena and try to fill the dead air when there is dead air, which I'm sure there will be. Uh, they just released the Xena Pass thing, and I think this is the first time we've ever had a champion behind a paywall. I'm not sure how to feel about that. In Canada, it's $54, which is pretty steep. How much is it in your country? And do you think it's worth it for a single champion? I took a quick look at her kit. I think she's quite missable, honestly. Maybe I'll go with Mithrala and Ramen 2. I recorded yesterday, um, just in case there's anybody that actually likes my show well enough that you watch it every day. I recorded a session yesterday, and the aspect ratio on the screen was all wonky. It was uh, it was a real problem. Let's see. I'll take. I'm gonna try the bomb paradigm this time, so it'll either be over quickly in my favor or against. I guess we'll see. That's really up to Dinosaur and what he picks here. And then I tried recording on Burrito's account, and he logged in like before I even got anywhere in the first fight. So yesterday was just kind of a disaster. So yesterday kind of didn't happen. Let's get rid of Duchess. No, no. We gotta get rid of Yumeko. That's right. So we'll see where this goes. Uh-oh, that's not a good sign. So we'll take. I'll still take the accuracy. You know what? No, let's take the attack. See how hard we can hit. So he's got 30. We'll take the 30. Damn you, Mako, making me ban her. I was playing Dungeons and Dragons with some old friends last night, and we stayed up very late. It was good times. I love me some D&D, especially if you have a good DM who's good at storytelling. Oh, this is no good because now I'm not even going to be able to get through the block debuffs. I could try. Maybe things will line up if the stone skin holds. It doesn't really look like it's going to though. Look at all that damage. Um, we'll try an A1 here. He really doesn't have a lot of time anyway, so let's go for the AoEs. And that's game. Yo, good game, Dinosaur. You saw right through my plan and dropped me to gold 1. I prefer being in gold 1. I can't remember if I've said this on a show that I posted before because I said it yesterday, I think. It also makes stuff very weird because if I try to mentally keep track of what I've said on the show, and then I don't end up posting it because I look at the footage and I'm like, I can't use this. And then I have to say it all over again. But part of what I want to do here is just be A, free to play, and B, spontaneous. So I'm gonna try Arbiter. This is almost like I'm reacting to the previous fight. Whatever happens in the previous fight, that's how I'm gonna play. Uh, so let's see. I wanna lead into a good attack. So I'll need some. I need some nukers, obviously. Let's bring him, and let's bring. I could bring 2 revive blockers. This is what I wanted to do yesterday. Um, in order to keep Zavia alive, I think I'm gonna need Goffred and who really helps finish set them up. I could bring UDK, I could bring Helicath. Let's bring Helicath. This team's kind of all over the place. I don't think I've ever tested these 5 together before, but there is a theory here. I can come in with somebody who can block revive. Hype Rammer can't really stop me from doing that. Maybe I'll get rid of Brogni. I'll get rid of Brogni. So I'm losing Arbiter. That doesn't surprise me. I'll take the attack. Or do I want the defense? I mean, there's merit to both. I think I'll go with the defense. I think it gives me a good contingency plan to fall back on the Helicath paradigm. It's not going to be as good because I didn't bring UDK, but I really wanted a revive blocker this time. One of my clanmates was commenting that she didn't really care that they put the new Xena behind a paywall because she's just used to not getting champions. I think that's a good point. I'm pretty used to not getting champions. I'm not going in for Xena. I'm not going to change this now. The theory behind my show is I want to see more shows of endgame players who got there free to play. I don't know if that exists out there yet. If it does, send me a link to it. Let me know. I'll check out that show. You know what? I want the buffs for sure. I want the increased defense. This may come down to Helicath by himself. So let's see. I think he's going to be dead pretty soon. Yeah. No chance of holding on to him. So really it's going to come down to, can these two do it? I think the answer to that is maybe. I have enough resist, it seems. I'm not going to go for the AoE just yet because I want the shields to overlap a little better. Maybe I'll attack her first. She can come in. She doesn't use her revive yet. That's smart. Do I want to try for the stuns now? Why not? Now I definitely want to go for my shield. So she does her full party revive, something I was trying to avoid, but clearly I was not able to stop it. So she uses her crack shot. Wow, it's not enough. That is too bad. Uh, let's get rid of her first. I think this is the first time I've seen Cardinal in live arena, other than when I accidentally bring her, because I think she's the highest rated champion on my entire roster. So if I'm not fast enough, she gets brought, and I think Ultimate Death Knight is the other one that gets brought because they both have super high resist. Resistance seems to be worth more than everything else. Not really sure why that is. I mean, you can't really resist your opponents to death, so it seems kind of funny. So here we are, Cardinal. It's going to be rough if I can't take her out before she gets her revive again, but somehow I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is good game, Hypermar. And this is why I think you absolutely should have... you know what? I'm just going to go for the A1. You absolutely should have accuracy on Sun Wukong. I mean, he's so much stronger if you give him accuracy. Otherwise, I mean, if you're facing somebody who's got block damage, what do? Nothing. Nothing. You don't have the accuracy. Anyway, good game, Hypermar. And that puts me back in gold 2. Where I can now deal with harder opponents again. So I haven't taken too close a look at the Xena stats, again, because she's not going to be mine. I'm not buying a pass. I pretty much cut off... Oh wow, this is somebody from Sacred Pandas. Big Gun J. Yeah, I pretty much draw the line at spending any money on this game. There are other video games that are not even in the same league, not even in the same planet as Raid Shadow Legends. It's it's a decent free-to-play game. For a free-to-play game, it's up there. For a video game in general, it's really not. So why do I waste so much of my time playing it? Why have I decided I'm even going to make a show about this game where I will make updates, I will make guides, and I will do live arena like this? Because I'm an addict. I'm an addict. My name is Gavin, and I'm a Raid Shadow Legends addict. So I'm dealing with Harrison Marichka. I think that means I want Helicath. I mean, bombs will definitely not work. Not against Marichka. I'm probably eliminating Marichka, though. I can bring a revive blocker, which is probably the one he'll then pick to ban. But this Sacred Pandas guy, I'm expecting him to just have, like, Siphi Rotos. Taras Marichka, Siphi Rotos, maybe Duchess Rotos. Duchess Necrit. Yeah, that tracks. So I could maybe bring in this guy. Maybe... I'd like to have Mithrala too. In fact, you know what? I'm going to bring Mithrala. Probably should have picked her earlier anyway. And I'm going to pick... I mean, that Necrit's going to make anybody impossible to kill. Like, this is a really, really hopeless situation. This is one of the downsides of being free to play. It takes you forever to get anywhere, and then you fight somebody who clearly has a very big wallet. So he's got Georgid. And if I don't ban Georgid, um, if I brought Gofford Brassclad, he's actually a response to Georgid, but I didn't bring it. So I don't know. I just don't know. I'll ban Georgid. Why not? So I'll take the Defensora. The kill order is probably going to have to be Necrit, since he's going to protect anybody else ahead of him anyway. Then Duchess, since she's going to be veiling everybody else anyway, and it's probably going to have to be the two of them before I get to anybody else. Wow. So let's start with my buffs. He is not messing around. He can rain swords. Yeah, I guess he's going to do that, the A2 or the A3, whichever one he does, anytime I do an attack that hits Marichka. I don't think I've ever fought these two before together in live arena. The reason being, you probably ban one or the other. I mean, maybe I should have banned Taras. Maybe that's what I should have done. Do I want to use this now? Why not? It'd be good to have a shield overlapping that block damage when it drops off. You know, I don't know if I mentioned this. I actually rebuilt Fenax. Let's just go for an A1. I actually rebuilt Fenax during CVC. So he's got a little bit of a chance of counterattacking now. I also rebuilt UDK during CVC. So he's got a chance of freezing attackers now. Although I don't think I redid his masteries. Because I was considering giving him fearsome presence. So, Fenax, probably about to die. But who knows? Ah, yes. That passive that kicks in whenever a poison happens. I'd forgotten about that. One of the many things that makes Marichka just completely broken. I can't believe no one in my party is dead yet and we're almost 3 minutes in. And this is the thing, this isn't really a fight about winning. This is more of an endurance test. I'm treading water. I'm just seeing how long I can go before I die. But I think without Fenax it is impossible to win. So really, we're just wasting this guy's time at this point. And really, we're wasting our time. So I'm going to call it. Good game, Sacred Pandas guy. I don't think we're in the same league. I mean, literally now that I've dropped back to Gold 1 again. So is anybody out there going to buy the battle pass? I haven't even been back on YouTube since I made my last video to see all the extreme opinions around it one way or the other. That's going to be fun. All right, I'll try. Whenever I see Pythion, I think I don't want him to also have Duchess. So I'll take Duchess and the Monkey King. Elowen. S.A. him. That looks like it might be a her. So he's got UDK and the Rat King. So I want Mithrala. Maybe I even want Helicath for the block damage. I can also help survive bombs in case he gets rid of my only cleanser. I've also got block debuffs. And you know what? At this point, I think we could probably even take Fenax. Unless I want someone else. I think I'm fine with Fenax. If I take away the Rat King, where does your damage come from, Melwin? I'll put up defense. I'll put up defense. This might be a high damage Geomancer. When's the last time you saw Geomancer in Live Arena? I feel like that doesn't happen often either. Pythion and Arbiter all the time. Ultimate Death Knight, like every time. Geomancer, though. It's an interesting choice. So we get that HP burn up. Also, what do you guys think of HP burn as they introduced it? It's been a while as a counter to Stone Skin, but it's such a weird counter to Stone Skin because basically it really only hurts the Stone Skin and really only just enough to get it to burn away by the time it would expire anyway. So it seems like kind of a pointless counter. Yeah, let's go for the AoE. Everybody looks too tough right now. This gives me kind of a scale to see how tough each champion is. Maybe I'll take some buffs. Nice. So they're going to be under block buffs long enough, hopefully, for me to get around to Fenax, and his A1 will absolutely murder. Ideally, two of them. I really like Fenax's A1. That's why I'm putting all the counterattack on him. I want him to use it a lot. Like, all things considered, Fenax is like the absolute ultimate epic nuker. Just absolutely destroys things. A nice free-to-play option. Also, what do you all think of the singles day event? I think it's really cool. And I'm gonna go for it because I do have the shards for it. And I recognize it's probably going to deplete most of my remaining shards. They've been good about introducing events that make me want to spend my shards. So I'll go with the Monkey King and Mithrala. Mr. Loku. Harima's got that passive that shuts down 50% of my ability to ignore defense. So this makes me want bombs or to just ban her. I guess we'll have to see how it goes. So I could bring maybe these two just to see. Or I could bring Helikath and Ultimate Death Knight and bank on eliminating Harima. Okay. So maybe I want Fenax. Who do I want to eliminate? Harima does make my life very hard. I think just about no matter what I do. Monkey King can keep getting back up and be a real pain in the butt if he isn't murdered by a Nithwi, but somehow I think... Oh, Helikath, okay. So I'll take the accuracy aura. Alright, so let's put up some buffs. I am worried about that Inithwig killing my Monkey King. Oh, he got him. So, is Fenax going to be enough? I'm really not sure about this. How hard do we hit everybody? Pretty hard. How did Inithwi get through UDK's passive? Is it a multi-strike move? Well, this isn't going well. Good game, Mr. Loku. Obviously, without Helikath, my plan completely fell apart super quickly. I needed a better contingency plan. Maybe Goffred is the contingency plan that I'm looking for. So maybe I need to start bringing both of them. If I plan on leaving them with somebody who can block revive. So here's Harima. I'll bring in maybe these two. I think I'm going to try for bombs this time. So that means I want the bombers. I'll just bring both of them now. I don't know who my last person is yet. Oh, maybe a second person who can strip buffs. I mean, this looks like a good. I could also try to lead with Arbiter, but you know what? I'm just gonna take the buff stripper. I'll get rid of the 6-star polymorph. Leaving that in doesn't seem like a good idea. So I'm losing a bomber. I will open with, yeah, my lead will be accuracy. I'm going to guess he'll lead with speed on Kymar. I want them to go first. And I guess I want Gaius to not get stripped. So really this is going to come down to a 50-50. Maybe slightly worse than 50-50 come to think of it, because I really needed this guy to strip at the right time. Otherwise, like he can wait, come to think of it. Gaius can wait. I got a turn. He can come around after I do this. So we strip away the block debuffs. He's got really no way of putting them back up. So Mithrala puts up the buffs. I'm now getting ready to place my bombs. What you gonna do about it, Truman? So here we go. Didn't manage to place them on Harima, which is rough. We really needed them there. Hmm. All right. Let's try to do as much damage to Harima with other stuff as possible. Well, I don't know. At this point, I think Truman's won. Mithrala is not going to debuff her way through Harima. Timar, sure. Harima, no. 40,000 damage. Good game, Truman. I would so love a Harima. Or a Rotos. So there is going to be a Rotos event coming up. I am going to pull my Sacreds to try to get that Rotos, because I am trying to get the champions for Lady Hikage anyway. Mikage? Lady Mikage. So let's bring in Mithrala and Ramen 2. I want to shut down that passive. I'll bring in Fenax again. Have a revive blocker. I also want... Maybe I'll bring this guy just to try to block the first kill. And do I maybe want a second cleanser? I need a second source of damage. This guy can be very good at that. This guy can be very good at that. I'll use him. That's my second source of damage. Uh, let's get rid of let's get rid of one of his sources of damage. I'm a little bit worried about the bomber, but you know what? I really hate Rhonda's ability to shut down passives. So let's try it this way. So if Fenax can manage to get off his attack on the Monkey King... Thing is, he got rid of my cleanser, so he places bombs. Oh wow, this doesn't look good. I mean, what are the chances Fenax can finish the fight on his own? Yowzers. Fenax can absolutely not finish this fight on his own. Okay, that's... Yeah, good game, buddy. Good game. They got 3 fights left. If we have to lose, might as well do it nice and quickly. Well, the timer ticks down and I find myself without anything to say. Just nothing at all. Nothing at all. I mean, I suppose there's always something to say. Plarium Polymorph is broken. Please get on nerfing that. Marichka is broken. Please get on nerfing that. Putting the new champion behind a paywall, I think that was a bad decision. But I'm not particularly bothered by it. I've been noticing lately a lot of chatter on YouTube about the crackdown on ad blockers. That seems to be what people have been chatting about the last month, or at least according to the algorithms. Maybe everybody's YouTube experience is unique to them. All right. Why don't I open with Duchess? She's always a good time. Okay. Let's go with Ramen 2. No, let's go with Helicath UDK. Let's do it. Which I think more or less commits me to banning Mithrala. But I'm into it. If I ban Mithrala, we should be in a good position. In fact, I'm not used to doing this with Duchess. Duchess actually has the block debuffs. So if I could keep that up, we might not even have to worry about Mithrala messing us about. Particularly with a second Reviver. And then I just need another source of damage. Like him. I feel like I've never done this team before, but somehow it's exactly what I need. Duchess and Candy are natural partners. And then Helicath UDK are natural partners. Duchess and Pythion are natural partners. There's a lot working for this team. So I'm just going to get rid of Mithrala. I think she's really potentially the only problem. Then there's a lot of damage on this team. But I think we can mitigate that damage pretty well, even without Helicath. Maybe I still want the defense. I don't really think we need too much resistance. I mean, this might be our super duper accurate Yakarl. That's always possible. In fact, you know what? Just in case, I'll take the resistance. I don't take Pythion nearly often enough, so we'll take that resistance. So Arbiter goes first, leading into increased attack, and here come the nukes. Oh, wow, and everybody gets frozen. Except for UDK. Although he wouldn't have been frozen anyway, because he's got stone skin. So that was most of a first round of nukes. And we're at full health. I think we might be okay. There's a lot of damage reduction going on here. This is some pretty good synergy. I should remember this. I mean, it's even more fun if I've got Helicath just putting up block damage and countering everybody, but even without him, this is a good team. And finally, the Frostbite set kicks in. I also could have included Fenax as my last guy, so I could start picking them off and they'd be unable to get them back. So I'll just pick on the leader. And by leader, of course, I mean the reviver, Arbiter. I think she needs to go first. So that's pretty much game. Good game, Stratigar. Oh yes, and we have new storage space. So I don't have to worry so much for like the next 20 minutes before it fills up again. And then I have to go back to agonizing over each piece that I collect. They should have given us 3,000 artifact storage. You know what? That last one, Taramantu. I guess I can see what he's doing. You know what, Taramantu? I'm gonna open with Mithrala, and I'm gonna take Ramen-2. Just to show you how awesome Ramen-2 is, so that you can feel empowered to keep going to Ramen-2. So he can open with Taraman 2. Of course, if he opens with Taraman 2, then I'll know he already got there and maybe needs a name change. Maybe change it to Quintus. Except nobody wants to go to Quintus. Nobody seems to like Quintus, which is funny because that seems to be the point of Live Arena, ostensibly. Unless you would just really, really like Live Arena. Which maybe you do. Let's go with... I mean, now I'm not even sure who I should go with. I'll go with Ramen-2, and I'll go with Fenax. So there you go. To Ramen-2, I'm showing you a Ramen-2. Maybe he will be annoyed and want to defeat me to spite me for already having a Ramen-2, or Maybe he'll go easy on me, hoping to see what Ramen 2 can do. So now that there are two bombers in here, I'm pretty much expecting to need a cleanser, so I'll bring an extra one. And, hmm. Or we could go with Helicath UDK. Why not? It has worked in the past. So we'll eliminate Warlord. I think we pretty much have to. Now I'm worried about the timing of my team not working out. Getting flashbacks of other times where I tried Mithrala with this team and she's just a little too slow to get that going. But I guess we'll see. So who are you going to eliminate from my team? Ultimate Death Knight. Okay. So I'll take the defense. Is that what I want? Yeah, that's what I want. Now I do worry about what happens when I get outsped here. Warlord is absolute death to my team, though. So I have to let those bombs land. My two chances are Helicath and Mithrala. Mithrala needs to cut ahead of everybody else. Looks like she should at least cut ahead of Helicath. Ramen 2's on the fast side, so I may just lose him, but I think I'm okay with this plan. Woof. There's that counterattack I was talking about. So that worked. All right, so let's strike that stuff off. Now our position's actually very good. Our position's very, very good. We got nothing to worry about. So we put up block damage. And let's maybe kill him first. I was thinking his passive would detonate all the bombs, but of course I just shut those down. You just shut them down, Gavin. That's literally what you were doing. And that's game. So good game to Ramen 2. Good luck with your quest to Ramen 2. He really is an awesome champion. Although, I got to admit, in that fight, he was not the reason I won. I could have used anybody in that slot. But I actually picked Ramen 2 because I was considering bombers. It's just that Ramen 2 took the bombers I wanted. So let's go with Duchess again. This is our last fight, right? I'm gonna try the Duchess Helicath paradigm one last time. I like it. So we'll go with I want UDK and I want Pythion. Just to make it extra hard to kill my guys. And then I'll bring Helicath. And maybe this time my other damage dealer can be Fenax. Because I'm loving that Fenax. He is a spectacular dude. But nope. Nope, that's not right. Helicath and Fenax. Now this bomber does worry me. I might ban him. The Monkey King also worries me. I mean, they all worry me, if I'm to be honest. Except for Arbiter. Yeah, let's get rid of that Warlord. Cannot deal with that Warlord. So you can have everybody else. I'm losing Helicath again. I think that's fine. I think we'll be absolutely fine. I'll take the resistance again. This loading screen's taking a very long time. This worries me. This is my last fight. I don't want to have to end the video with a hung game. That might be what's just happened, though. What an incredibly disappointing end. Oh, we're back up after all. And hopefully, oh, and he gave up. Or maybe it just hung because he gave up on something that happened. I don't know. I just don't know. It seems like every time the game hangs like that, my opponent gives up, but I'm not sure if it's because they gave up that it hung, or if he hung because, or if he gave, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Sweet Jesus. So anyway, I'm going to call that 4 victories, because I feel like that last one was a cheat. So, I don't know, 5 to 5. Leaderboards, I'm at around 1200. That's a lot higher than usual, so I'm sure that'll drop. Anyway, thanks for joining and watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.